Hey guys, welcome to another Storytime Sunday. It is literally the nicest day outside, so I thought I would give you guys a change of scenery. So welcome to my garden. Okay, so as you can probably tell from the title of this video, I went on a date last night. Yeah, I know, very exciting. No, I'm deleting Tinder. Deleting it, gone. It's already deleted. I'm done with that stupid app. I mean, not that I have much faith in the app anyway, like I honestly just find it like it was like a fun little game. Like if I'm talking to someone on Tinder, I'm either trolling the fuck out of them or the conversation lasts like max an hour and then I'm like, I don't know what else to talk about, so goodbye. Okay, so basically Friday, this guy messaged me and I was like just chatting to him. I think I probably sent like 5 messages in total to him. Like we were talking not for very long at all. And then he was like, do you want to go grab a drink tomorrow? So the fact that he was like, do you want to go for a drink, kind of straight away, I was like, yeah, do you know what, I'm not going to be able to text him anymore. Maybe I should just meet up with him in person and then you can see just straight away, like, are we going to click or not? Also, like, I'm a big believer that, you know, you should do things like new all the time or like experience as many different new things as possible in your life, you know, in order for you to like grow and mature as a person. Like I feel like it's good doing things out of your comfort zone, and not this is out of my comfort zone. Like I've been on so many dates, honestly, they're like second nature to me at this stage. Yeah, still single. Yeah. But you know, I was like, okay, well, I've never met up with a complete and utter stranger before, so that's new. So it was partially like doing it, you know, for the experience of it, and then also partially because my friend told me that I'd be a loser if I just stayed in and didn't do anything. So I go in to meet him anyway, and he messaged me and he was like, oh, like the pub that he wanted to go to, he was like, oh, it's really, really busy, like, so I'll just meet you outside and then we can go somewhere else. And I was like, if you're a boy and you've asked a girl to go out for drinks, it is your job. You have to go in earlier on time, get a table so that you're already sitting at your table, so when the girl walks in, she can just walk straight over the table, sit down, and it's just not awkward as fuck. But this didn't happen, so it was awkward as fuck. And like, bear in mind, yeah, like this guy was a complete stranger. I literally said like 4 things to him the day before, so didn't like literally didn't even know him. So it was like that awkward, like hi, like outside the pub, like people are there, like, you know, having a smoke and stuff, probably witnessing this, being like, ah, Jesus, that's probably a Tinder date, like the state of them. So then he was like, okay, let's go find a different pub. So I'm like, okay. So like now we're just walking along, like trying to talk to each other. Oh, I can't even describe. You know how, like, you know when it's awkward and you, like, meet up with someone and then you have to walk somewhere, so you're, like, walking and talking, and, like, I'm in heels and he's, like, power walking and I'm, like, trying to keep up and, like, not trip and fall. Eventually we're like, look, let's just go into this pub and stay there. Went in, went upstairs, got a drink. Like, literally we're just kind of, like, mashed in between people. We're, like, standing in the most awkward place where, like, waiters and waitresses keep, like, going by and being like, excuse me, like, get the fuck out of the way. And because the match is on, like, it's so busy, people are like screaming and roaring, and I'm trying to be like, so, do you have any siblings? Pretty much straight away when I met him, I just knew that it was not going to be a good date. Like, nothing against him. I also was like not on top of my game, you know, because the fact that like the pub was so busy and it was so loud, so like I just feel like we couldn't really engage in conversation. Like we weren't even sitting at a table, we were just standing. It was so awkward. And you know, you're not having like, you know, a nice conversation with someone about like topical topics, like stuff that's like happening like right now. But no, it's like that awkward, like, tell me about your family, what do you study, where do you live, oh cool, what's your granny's name, tell me about your childhood. Because literally, like, I feel like we couldn't think of other stuff to talk about because there was just no chemistry or click whatsoever. And again, this is not like, I'm not like saying this is all his fault. This is like me as well. The just 2 of us just didn't, you know, it just didn't mesh at all. So we're just talking, and I just feel like in my head, I was like, this is awkward. And I feel like in his head, he was like, this is awkward. But we were kind of just like both like trying to power through. It's awful. So he goes to the toilet and he comes back and he's like, so when was your last relationship? I was like, okay, this is taking a turn for the weird. I was like, oh, like 2 years. What about you? He was like 1 month. I was like, 1 month? 1 month. Is this guy joking? So I actually was like, oh my God, like, are you okay? Like, this guy had just broken up with his girlfriend and he thought it was a good idea to be going out on awkward as fuck dates. Is he serious? Right, so he tells me this, and I'm literally looking at him and like, oh my God, like, this guy, like, he looked like he was about to burst into tears. Like, he's just like complete open wounds everywhere. Like, I just actually felt so bad for the guy. So basically the rest of the day was just me being Dr. Phil, and I was just like counseling him through his breakup, is basically how the rest of the date went. He was like, yeah, I'm really sorry. Like, can you tell? Like, I'm so sorry. Like, you know, I dragged you all the way out here, and like, I'm just not ready. I was like, oh my God, like, this poor guy. I was like, great, I'm just gonna chat to him about his ex and he can just let it all out, and I'm just gonna be a shoulder to cry on. He was like, yeah, I can't even say the girl's name because I'm like so upset about it. I was like, oh my God. And then he was like, God, I can't believe you've been single for 2 years. Like, Jesus, like, I hope I'm not single now for 2 years. I was like, I'm perfectly fine being single. Like, I'm not like over here being like, guys, please help. I've been single for 2 years. Like, is it serious? Yeah, like, I was literally so offended. I was like, I'm actually perfectly happy being single. Like, I'm actually fine. Like, I'm not the one who just broke down on this date, pal. And then he was telling me like how they broke up and his past relationships, and basically what he got out of it was a free therapy session, and he got a drink out of it. So then I went to the toilet and I rang my friend, and I was like, oh my God, like, I need to get out of here. And he was like, right, well, I'm having pre-drinks in mine, so you can come back to mine. I was like, grand. So I went back out to the guy, and I think because of like, he'd just been like, yeah, like, I just broke up with my girlfriend and we just both knew this was going nowhere, I was like, fuck it, I'm just gonna say it to him. I was like, look, do you mind, I'm actually gonna go to my friend's house, if that's okay. He was like, yeah, like, no problem, like, I feel so bad for dragging you out. I was like, no, like, it's grand, like, you're clearly like severely heartbroken, so your brain is just probably fucking, you know, on holidays at the moment. That's grand. And it was like awkward hug, goodbye, and it was like, cool, well, you know, good luck with life and all the rest. So yeah, got a taxi to my friend's house and deleted Tinder. Uninstalled that fucking shit, never going on that ever again. So yeah, don't do that. If you've broken up with someone 3 weeks ago, A, don't go on a fucking date, and then B, don't tell your date that you've just broken up with someone and you're just heartbroken. Yeah, so that was my Tinder experience. Probably my last Tinder experience. I actually went to this pre-drink show and then ended up going out and actually had a really good night. So, you know, first half of the night was kind of like, ugh, what the fuck? But then second half night was really good. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed the story of Amy's disastrous dating life. Hopefully you got something out of it. If you're going to go on a Tinder date, don't. And if you've been single for 2 years like me, that's fucking fine. Fucking asshole. Oh, don't want to be single for 2 years like you. Like, honey, I'm in a better mental state right now than you are, and I'm the one counseling you through this breakup on this date. So, I'm actually doing fine in life. Thank you, though. Okay, well, hopefully you enjoyed that. I'll see you next week for another Amy Tries at Life and Fails.